opportunity to learn more and to enhance our life. We pray that you'll be with us throughout our meeting today and help us gain much more intellect throughout this meeting. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much for praying. And I hope that many more will join by the time we get to the middle, because it's very, very interesting. And I know some people have also prepared in the background to share ideas with us or demonstrate some of their gifts with us. So I'm really looking forward to seeing you all. Thank you so much for those who shared their skills and their gifts with us the previous session. And thank you all for joining in. So today I get to share with you unfolding our gifts and talents again. This is the part 2 because some people couldn't join in the previous one, and even those who joined wanted us to do a repeat. So we are starting. Yeah. So as we discussed in the previous session, and as we have been chatting along the line concerning our dreams, our gifts, our talents, I would start by saying today that your gifts or your talent, I'll be using gift, though it's written here talent, because the two words are synonyms. Your talent or your gift is a pathway or a route or a course to achieving your greatness. It's going to, if your gift is going to be great, it all depends on you, because God has given it to us already. We start with a gift in the heart. We start when we are born. We are born with it. If we knew it as soon as we were born, that we knew some of the gifts that we had and we started using them at once, they'll be great, because we are born with it. So it's very important to know. And then we get an education, or we start getting education. We start growing with it. As we learn, our knowledge and our experiences and our relationships also come and mold our gifts. So then we realize that you feel it's in your mind and in your heart to do something. So you get some training, formal education, attachments, or you look for help. You ask somebody to help you get trained in some skills or something. So we have been sharing these along since we started. Then you grow with it. You start working with it. You start working with people. Sometimes, when you're working with people, then you discover that you need to maybe emphasize on a certain gift, or you need to broaden on a certain gift. You need to work on a certain gift more, or you even discover new gifts, new talents, which are linked to the first one that you are developing. So it's very, very, very important that we start using our gifts, no matter what we think. And then you see that you become a star. You realize that now you have formed maybe a regular pattern of being able to use that gift. Sometimes you are able to maybe display it in 5 minutes. You are able to share it, tell somebody, in 1 minute. Or you are able to, if it's a song, for example, if your gift is singing, for example, as soon as you are called, you'll be, ready to sing it. You become a star in it. You become an expert in it. You have developed it such that now it becomes, you know, it comes into the world view. People view it well. They see it and they admire it. And some commend you. Some also, you know, help you to make it shine more. And some are willing to pay for it. So when you become a star in your gift, when you have developed it so much, so well, exceptionally well, then, you know, you get rewards. You get rewards in terms of money, or sometimes it's people will pay you in other means. It could even be a relationship, a network. Somebody that you value and honor will become your friend, will become your partner. And then you feel fulfilled. Wealth, being fulfilled is wealth. You become rich in your spirit. You become rich in your mind. You become rich in your gifts. You feel happy. You feel calm, at peace. All that is like money. It's wealth. And you begin to glow. It's because you are in flow with your gifts. You have shined it so well. You have worked with it so much. You glow. You become beautiful, more beautiful, inside out. So it's very, very important that we are able to identify. So at this point, I would like us to go into the chat room and type in some of our gifts or talents that we think we have, you know, discovered. It's very, very important to identify at least 3 by the time you are 10 years old, because everything is within you. Oh, it's more than 3, it's more than 10. God has placed it within you. So we should be able to go into the chat room, type in some of your gifts, and let's see. Do we have some gifts in the chat room? Sandra, kindly check. We should be ready. You should be ready with it. Your gift should be at your fingertips. You should know them. Sandra, please, Ofosohima, please, if you can hear me, are there some gifts in the chat room so that you read them out for us?
Yes.
Okay, kindly read them. I can't hear you, though. Okay, let me stop my sharing my screen and go and see. Okay, I've seen some beautiful gifts here. For me, I feel mentoring, photography, and public speaking are my gifts. Wow, mentoring. I didn't even know that mentoring was a gift, and this is from Yao. Yao will be speaking to us later on some of the things that he's doing. And I would like to say that he's part of our team. He's our program support. Therefore, he's the only boy allowed in this space currently. And Yao did a very amazing thing by approaching me to mentor him, not knowing that is gift also. Yeah, thank you for sharing.
Yeah, excuse me. No, I mean, just to show you.
And
I want to show you that I've taken the
Obriabwa says baking,
Thank you.
cooking, singing.
Right.
Wow. Yeah, I thought droning and stuff like that, AI and stuff like that was your gift.
I thought it would be under learning. That's why I wrote whether I was asking whether if learning is a gift.
Learning is a gift, yes. It's a gift because it's not, we'll talk about it. We'll talk in the next slide, we'll go into details about how to know that something is your gift. So yeah, baking, cooking, learning the skills, the IT skills. Thank you. And somebody said, Efia says, I'm very outspoken. I'm good with money management. Wow, great to know that. We have somebody in the house who is outspoken. It's good to be outspoken, especially as a girl. And being good with money is also good as a girl. Mabel says singing, cooking, crocheting, and I love cleaning too. Wow, like I always make sure everything. I'm so impressed. Cleanliness is next to godliness. And there's a lot of things that we can do with these gifts. Being clean, being able to make sure everything is in order. That's an organizational skill. You have the skill to organize and manage things. It's very, very interesting. Kalyandra says baking, crocheting, and singing. Wow. I hope that you have your crocheting pins ready because today crocheting has come up twice and we must see some skills displayed. Gloria Fosohima entry. I'm also good with leading and making people laugh, basically entertaining people. Excellent. We need people like you in this, tough period, in this tough world, we need people to lead us especially, and also to help us, entertain us. That means you have a great sense of humor, and it's good that you have identified it. You have a great gift. Yeah, crocheting too. So today, crocheting is we have 3 people mentioning that, so we must see it. If not today, next time the 3 of them will have to come and demonstrate their skills.
How much is the bag of onions?
Great.
Can I have
For sharing those skills. Those kids. Yeah. I'm going to continue.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to take it.
Talent is shown. Your gifts that you have mentioned always show. They show on you, they show to others, they show to yourself. Because your design, your nature your gift is mixed up with your nature. And so your design is the most important thing that you should understand and know if you are going to be, maximizing your gift. If you are going to be great in your gift, if you are going to be great in your talent, you should know your design. And so we are going to look at some of the things that helped you to identify some of those gifts. And we are going to emphasize and we are going to share ideas on it. God, as I said, has given you an aptitude, for certain interests, for certain experiences, for certain even relationships, and that is what we are going to look at. My screen is frozen. Good. So we have abilities. as you have mentioned. Flares, strengths. Sometimes you are good at something. It's just, you're just good at it. Some people will know you for something. It's your ability. They just know that, oh, for some, you know, has a great sense of humor. Or for you, can bake. Or, yeah, can sing. You know, so you are known for your abilities. It is there. It's a flair. Sometimes you say that, oh, I have a flair for dancing. I have a flair for IT skills. I like touching skills. I have a flair for finance. You know, so God, it is in design. Then your interests, things that excites you, your hobbies, your skills, your passion. We have talked much about this when we're talking about, when we're chatting around daring to dream. Sometimes something just excites you. It may even be annoying everybody, but that particular thing, maybe a subject, politics, it excites you. As soon as you hear, you know, candidates or something, leadership or politics, then you are excited. Sometimes, you know, you have certain, you know, skills that as soon as you see somebody demonstrating them, you are excited. We'll be giving examples very soon. And then our opportunities. Our God also gives us opportunities in designing us to maximize our gifts. And opportunities come in various ways. However, if you are not careful, you will think that because of maybe where you are located or where you come from or where you were born or, you know, a lot of things, some things may not be opportunities. That's why we need to know in developing our gifts, we need to know that the knowledge that we acquire is an opportunity. It is an opportunity for us to use to enhance that gift. Going to school, you should come out of school, be able to use the gifts to help you exist, live in life, or help somebody exist and live in life. The knowledge that we are acquiring as we grow should help us to, you know, be able to demonstrate our talent in an exceptional, excellent way to help ourselves and others. So knowledge is an opportunity. That's why we should be eager. That's why, you know, some people say knowledge is power. That's why we should be reading and researching and, you know, joining in some of these sessions, because our knowledge is great opportunity for us to help us to develop and design and define and mature and grow our gifts. Training is part of, you know, getting training is part of an opportunity that, you know, will help us to enhance our skills. In training, you get coaching, you get mentoring, you can get feedback. People will tell you, oh, maybe your coach will tell you, do it this way, do it that way. You listen, and then that is a great opportunity. Even if it's a negative feedback, you take it because it's training. It's training you to help your gift shine. Change is a great opportunity. Why do I say change is a great opportunity? Go into the chat room and type in your reason. Why do I say that change is a great opportunity?
None of these, there's a question in the chat room.
Okay.
Mabel is asking, please, do we need to be extremely good at your talent before you know they are your gifts? Do you need to be extremely good at your talent before you know they are your gifts?
No, you don't have to know that they are extremely good. That's why we are chatting around, you know, these slides, because you need to know them and then you work on them, you develop them, because they need to be exceptionally good in order for them, for your gift to be, rewarding to yourself and others, in order for you to be, for it to become maybe a livelihood, in order for the world to accept it. Everybody has gifts, but yours is unique. Even it may be different, it may be similar to somebody's, but because you are unique, the end result will be the end gifts, the end excellent one that you have done will be different from the similar ones that you see. Therefore, we need to build it up. We need to develop it to be exceptionally good, so that once you are called, you are on top of it. And when you display it, that nobody can say that wasn't good. You will realize that you will feel good yourself, and others will also be praising you and praising even God for giving you such a gift, because you will be a blessing to yourself and others. So you don't have to be exceptionally good now, but you need to be exceptionally good with it in future. And the future is today, is tomorrow, is next month, is next year, depending on how you would like to apply yourself to that gift, depending on how you would like to learn more about that gift and, practice more with it and, and showcase it. So I hope I've been able to answer that question with passion. Are there any more questions there, Sandra?
There are no more questions, so we can continue.
Okay. Let's move on. And I asked that why do we say that change is a great opportunity? Because when things change, and you look around, and you don't say, you don't complain, and you don't say why me or why this, why that. There are always advantages. There are always the positive sides to things, and change is positive. I see change as positive because it's the only thing that happens to us every time. This moment will change into the next moment. That's why we have day and night. And it's an opportunity. When you have the day, the lights, the sun is shining, everything is happening nicely, it's day. It's an opportunity, so you grab it, you work with it, you work with your skills. In the night, it's also an opportunity to rest, opportunity to sleep. Sometimes people even see that as opportunity to study, opportunity to dream, to reflect. So change is a great opportunity. So that I'm emphasizing on it because of this era, this pandemic era, where things have completely changed. If you are not careful, we will, put on a hard face, we'll put on a very unfriendly face and say that, things are bad. But let's turn and look at the positive sides of it. Today we can see each other on this platform. Before the pandemic, I wasn't able to see my friends. I didn't take opportunity of the Zoom platform. I wasn't able to see my friends every day. But now I can see you and we can share ideas. We can do everything on this platform. Whatever that we want to do, we can do it. That's why I encourage us to show our faces whilst we are here, so that we can see each other and, bond more. So change, very, 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 very good. It's an opportunity. And sometimes pain. Our pains can be an opportunity. The other time I was watching a video of a certain girl who got sick, and through that has been able to start up an NGO or a foundation to help sick girls. I mean, it's amazing. And she said that she was shy. She was a shy person. She didn't speak, didn't want to speak and interact with people. But during her sickness, she had to communicate her pain and her worry to her medical people so that they can help professionals, so that they can help her, come out of it. They can help her to become well. So then she had to speak often. And that helped to develop even the skill or the gift that she thought she didn't have. She thought she couldn't speak. She thought she was not outspoken. She thought, she was shy. Now, during sickness, during pains, she has to tell the doctor that this part is paining me. I need help with this. So it helped her build on her speaking skills. And now she's having a great NGO impacting people with many other gifts entangled within. So our pains are opportunities. Sometimes God sends something painful our way. You realize that you don't like it, but then when you go through it, then you are able to, discover some of your gifts, some of our talents, or even polish some of the ones that we have. So don't let us, see pain as horrible, terrible all the time. Yeah, it's very, very important.
Lena, please, someone has a question in the chat.
Okay.
So, Ife's question is, please, is teaching people also a gift?
Teaching people.
But we have, yes. Gloria has also contributed. So, if I can read that from Gloria.
Yeah.
Okay. Gloria says, yes, I think teaching is also a gift because not everyone is good at it. So once you nurture yours and spice it up so well that people can't miss it anytime, anytime you have to talk to them or have a good time with them, then it puts you out there and makes yours unique. So that's what Gloria has.
Excellent question, excellent answer. I don't need to add any more to that. So yeah, we move on. And yes, let's ask the questions. The questions will lead us to be able to enhance and develop our gifts rather than, me preaching. Yeah. And even questioning is a gift. Questioning is a skill that we can develop to enhance our gifts, because we need to find out a lot more about our gifts in order to be exceptionally good at them. Demands. Our ideas I think we talked much about ideas in Daring to Dream. Demands. The demands that people put on us, or the environment puts on us, or nature puts on us. Sometimes you are there and then I call you, Sandra, can you read the question for me? It's an opportunity to develop your gifts. We may not see it as such, but now let's draw our attention to it. Or Abna, pray. It's an opportunity. If you see it as an opportunity, maybe you have a gift, even within the way you are showcasing that demand. So demands on us. Don't let us, be angry when people ask us to do things for them and complain. Sometimes our parents, when they send us, they ask us to do things, oh, can't you see I'm busy, and that kind of thing. That demand, whatever she's asking, your parents is asking you to do, may enhance the development or the growth of your skill, or of your gift, of your talent. So demands are opportunities. Sacrifices comes out of demands. Sacrifices are also opportunities. And by sacrifices, I mean you going out of your way. Nobody has asked you to do anything, but you go out of your way to do something, to do that thing. And that thing, as you go on sacrificing, doing it, practicing, showcasing it, helping others, you realize that it becomes exceptionally good, helping others with it. Now, I would like somebody to, go in the chat box and type in a sacrificial thing that the person has done that she thinks is, a gift or is a talent or is helping herself. Let's go in and chat in the chat box and type in some of these sacrifices that we are making. I know that you people are making, some of you are making great sacrifices. And these are the things that will help us develop our gifts. If we need to develop our gifts, if we need to grow and become leaders with this, lead in them, we have to go out of our way, go out of our comfort zone, go out of our, privacies and say, I will do it. Volunteer. That's why those who volunteered to, demonstrate their gifts last week, it was exciting. That's why we let them do whatever. And after that, when we went on the WhatsApp, more skills were being demonstrated, more gifts were being demonstrated. Last week, we had a great time behind the scenes. It was because people volunteered. They volunteered. They came, out of their own way to sacrifice and share their gifts with us. Sandra, are there any ideas?
Please, we have one person. Yao says, I mentor girls to create an app for farmers. We made it to the finals. Yes, so that's his way of sacrificing.
Great, thank you. Yeah, it's a great sacrifice that you are making for us, and we really appreciate it. Any others? Let's see.
No, please. So far, it's just.
Don't feel shy. I don't think it's nothing. It's something, and it's helping you to develop. Around the house, you go out of your way to help. What do you go out of your way to help around the house or around your workplace or around school, in school? What are some of the things that you just get up and you want to do it? Are there any more? Okay. I'm sure people are reflecting.
Yes,
once ideas
okay,
come
so someone has just brought in.
Go ahead.
Okay, so someone just said, if one says, I used to supply COVID-19 necessities to people in my neighborhood for cheap prices.
I couldn't hear it, but I could hear COVID-19. Sandra, I couldn't hear you. You were breaking a bit.
Okay. Okay, so please, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hello? Okay. If one says, I used to supply COVID-19 necessities to the people in my neighborhood for cheap prices.
People in your neighborhood. I don't want to go out of
Please, did you get it?
I still couldn't hear. Maybe it's Ofosuhima. If you are there, you can also, or if you are, is it coming from Efia? You can read
Hello?
it. You can, yeah. Maybe I can hear you better.
I used to supply COVID-19 necessities to the people in my neighborhood for cheap prices.
COVID-19 what?
Necessities.
Wow, like necessities like
toilet roll, like water, and then after that I used to sell popcorn and a little provisions.
Wow, well done. And that's not just for COVID-19. What you were providing was for life. Water, food, toiletry, toilet paper, and all that are important things that make life, comfortable or life grow. So that was a great thing. So what made you stop? Or you haven't stopped?
I have, because I ran out of items at some point.
Great. So then you still have the idea. You can still, continue once you get some of the items. Wow.
Okay.
Any more sacrifices? This is amazing. See how COVID-19 is helping us, um, make all this impact in our world. And I'm sure there are many more that we can, identify. That, the pandemic has not gone, or the change that it brought has not even finished. So there are more things that we can identify during this period, and those are going to help us shine our previously identified gifts. It's very, very important. So we need to reflect. That's why, I'm excited when we get on these sessions. Relationships. Our relationships are opportunities. Networking, social capital or socializing, mingling, building friendship is a great opportunity. Look, we don't have to take each other for granted. You don't have to take somebody that you are relating to for granted, because these are opportunities that help us to build on our gifts. These are opportunities that help our gifts develop and shine to become excellent. And some of the people that we are bonding with are those ones who will even support us, who will patronize our gifts, who will buy our gifts, who will, help us. I don't need to talk much about it. We don't have to be people that, we don't value relationship. And the way you don't value relationship is, somebody is your friend, or you know somebody, you get to meet somebody for the first time, and that's it. You don't make any points to check on how the person is doing. Maybe the person will even be doing it, the person will be coming to you, saying hi, doing all that, and you take it for granted. You don't ever go out of your way to also check on the person. You don't decide to build that relationship. You will be missing a great opportunity, because people are what make us. There's a proverb in my language which says that which means that whatever that we make, whatever that we do, whatever that we help that we need, is people that will, have to do that. Therefore, relationships are very, very important. Don't ever say, oh, I'm annoyed with that person. I'm not talking to. Something happens small, then you are angry with the person. Then the relationship, you don't care. Look, even marriage relationships, some of us will grow to, marry, and we need to work on it. Relationships don't just happen. We need to work on relationships, because as soon as you come into contact with somebody, your nature and your design can help each other develop your gifts and talent, which has been placed in you by God, to the world, and make value out of it, which can make you wealthy. So it's very important. Relationships are very, very important. So God placed us in certain areas so that we can meet people, our neighbors, in school, so that we can catch up, or have some friends. My friends that I made in senior high school have become my family. So if I didn't take good care of the relationship, would I have family now? Because now I've lost my parents, and my children are not here with me. Would I have family now? So it's very important. Relationships are opportunity. Whenever you get in touch with somebody, see it as an opportunity for you to become who you can be.
Okay, Nana, hello.
Go ahead, Sandra.
Hello.
Okay, I can't hear you still. So if the person
Hello,
can,
Nana, can you hear me now?
yes. No.
Okay, so
Oh,
there's a
yes.
comment from Gloria.
Mm-hmm.
Gloria says, during my tenure as hall secretary in the tertiary, there was a yearly cooking competition program for freshers. But during our time, we didn't get sponsorship. So the program was supposed to be called off. But I discussed with my vice president then, and we found a way to host the program not as a cooking competition, but as a ladies' program where we brought speakers to talk to us on sensitive topics, relationships, sex, and health. And it was interesting, though we didn't spend much and deviated from the normal yearly cooking competition. It was fun though, and everyone loved it and learned a lot. No one asked us to do it, but we some way found a way to come up with that idea, and we organized it.
Great. So relationships, it's emphasizing on the how relationships can make our gifts great. And during the organization of that event, I'm sure that you girls discovered more gifts. You identify more things that you can develop. So thank you for sharing that. Our relationships are very, 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 very important. They are opportunities. Don't disregard our relationships at all. They are opportunities. So we should seek to make them well. We should seek to, um, let's feed our relationship with others. Let's feed it. Let's nurture it so that, our talents can grow. And yes, our talents will grow when we plan. We have talked about planning before, setting goals and getting the resources, asking for the needed help, that you need to do the it. And planning can be long or can be short. It depends on you, how effective you want your the development of your gifts to be. You plan it. And planning is difficult, so nobody likes it. People don't like planning. It's natural, but when you plan well, you can do well. So when you plan well, you plan effectively, the doing becomes easier. The doing becomes softer. It becomes nicer, enjoyable. It becomes fun. So in developing our gifts, we need to plan and we need to do. The doing, the practicing or the doing of it is also important. Sometimes that's why, some people don't plan well, then they do it. Yes, just do it, because as you do, it gives you practice and you get the necessary ideas to develop it. So doing is very important. Don't plan too long so that now, you get into some paralysis. It's called analytical paralysis. You have planned that, so now you can't even do or practice that gate. As we practice or do it, that we reflect. Every day is a time, it's a chance, it's an opportunity for us to reflect on how well we have used that gift, how well we have used that talent, how well we have developed it, how well we have mastered it. So we need to reflect. At the end of the day, you can reflect, think about it. Or even as you are doing it, you can reflect. But it's very, very important to reflect and think about how well we are going, so that we can have a continuous improvement in it. Because as I said earlier on, the end of it justifies it. The end of it must be exceptionally well. It must be top class. It must be, there should be no question about it that maybe Zoe can perform this gift, can do this exceptionally well. or Elom can do this exceptionally well, or Sewa can do this one exceptionally well at the end of it. Therefore, we need to reflect so that, you know, it can help us to persevere. It can help us to improve. Sometimes when you reflect, it becomes, you realize that I haven't done well, or it's too challenging, or what I need to develop that skill is not forthcoming. So it becomes demotivating. But no, let's persevere, challenge ourselves, because that gate is yours. That gate is in you. It is uniquely you. So you have to persevere and let it shine. You bring it out. That's why you need to identify and, you know, work with it and develop it. Because as you reflect and you become maybe demotivated and you are able to persevere, it challenges you more and you see the outcome of your perseverance. You realize that, I'm even better in the skill when I went through the exams. Tests, maybe you're studying something and you couldn't even pass the test, and then you are given another chance. So you persevere, you study hard, and you apply all your experiences to it, and then you pass that test. You realize that you feel much better, you feel more confident, and you say that, oh, not knowing I could even understand math, why was I afraid of math? Why was I afraid of science? Why was I thinking that I couldn't do it? So perseverance helps us to develop our gifts. And a great thing that helps us, one greatest thing that helps us to balance our gifts and develop our gifts is attitude. So talent is balanced by attitude, as you can see in the, I hope you can see my slides. Sandra, can you see my slides?
Yeah, Nana, we can.
Yes, we can.
Great.
We can see.
So we have talent and hard work on your arm, on a scale in your hands. You are balancing. When you're working hard, your talent is shining. That should be the balance. It should always be like that. Your talent is shining, you're working hard at it, developing it. There's a great balance. It should balance, if you can see my hand. But attitude can make a tilt, especially negative attitude. So if it's a negative attitude, as soon as hard work, as soon as it's applied to your gifts, it goes down, your hard work goes down, and your talent will also come down. Because the two should always be in a balance. But if it's positive attitude, hard work goes up, your talent also goes up, and it goes like that. So attitude is very, very important. Attitude can make or break you. Attitude can make or break our relationships. Attitude can empower us. And therefore, we need to know the difference between positive and negative attitudes. It's the positive that we want to go for. We would like to use more of positive attitudes that we are using. So let's look at some positive attitudes here. And as I speak, you can also go in and type in some positive attitudes that you think can help us develop our gifts so that we become world-class in them, top class in our gifts. Cheerfulness, being happy, smiling is a positive attitude. These ones, I'll just go through them because it's a positive attitude to be, cheerful. Commitment is a positive attitude. When you say that you're going to do something, you go on and you do it. And you do it, continue doing it until the result is perfect. It's a good attitude, it's a positive attitude to develop and shine our gifts. Patience. The ability to be patient with yourself and even with others and with yourself, so that even if the skill or the gift or the talent is not well, coming out well, it's not showing well, it's not shining, you have the patience with yourself and say that I can make it, it will come on. Patience is a positive attitude. During this period, for example, patience is a great attitude. We have to have patience with life. We cannot force things. We need to move on, but we have to have patience, a lot of patience, So our gifts will come up well. Our gifts will mature well if we have patience to develop it. Selflessness, we talked about it. Sacrificing is a positive attitude. Being selfless, being kind is a positive attitude. Trustworthiness, being honest. Somebody can trust you. I can trust you that, you will join the session. I can trust you that you participate. I can trust you that you will ask questions. And I can trust you that you'll demonstrate your gifts when called upon. It's a positive attitude. Let's clap for ourselves. I think we have been showing up since we started, and it's a positive attitude. Well done for showing up. Courtesy, it's a positive attitude. Courtesy, just thank you, please, I'm sorry. It's a positive attitude. Somebody texts you, hello, how are you doing? You text back, I'm fine, thank you. I've met some people, when they say I'm fine, they don't add thank you. The person, going out of their way to ask you how you are doing, we shouldn't take it for granted. You have to say thank you for asking about me. Thank you. Sometimes, this social media, or this era where we are using social media for everything, some of this courtesy is forgotten about. That's why I'm emphasizing on it. In your text messages, in your communications, let's remain courteous. If an adult speaks to you, sends you a text, sometimes we forward, unnecessary things to each other. But because of courtesy's sake, you say thank you. Even if you will not read the thing, or you will not play, if it's a video, you have to say thank you. Because the person has done it anyway, the person has sent it anyway, and for courtesy's sake. And as you are being courteous, it develops your skill, it develops your talent. Because you will need people to appreciate and say thank you to when you are in that high standard of your talent. So courtesy is a great skill. Let's not forget it. It's a positive attitude. Courage is a great attitude. It's a positive attitude. The ability to act despite fear. There's fear there, but then you act. You do whatever you have to do. It's a positive attitude. Let's be courageous. Let's continue to be courageous. Sandra, are there some things there, some ideas on positive attitude? Sandra or Fosuni?
Yes, please. We have a few.
Okay.
So, hello? Okay, so Abna says self-confidence, determination. Ifwa says great communication. Abna Ejakwa says learning. Zoe Glover says encouragement.
Yes, those are positive attitude. Eager to learn. Being eager to learn is a positive attitude. Being determined, yes. Courageous, persevering is a great attitude, a positive attitude. Any others?
Not anymore. After the encouragement, no one
yeah.
And Zoe said encouragement. We should encourage each other.
Encouraging others is a positive attitude. You are not even feeling on top of it, but then you go out of your way to encourage others. It's a positive attitude that will help you develop your gifts and talents. Thank you very much. Great answers coming in. Now, great ideas coming in. Some negative attitudes. Let's look at some negative attitude. Excuses. I can't do this. I'm feeling this. I don't have time. I'm busy. Excuses is a negative attitude. Sandra, do you have something to say? Are you signaling me? I can hear you.
Oh, sorry. So we have determination and hard work from Mabel. And for the negative, she has fear and laziness. Did you get it?
Laziness and fear are negative attitude that, can cripple us. Any other negative attitudes? I'm holding on with mine. Let's bring the negative attitude that we think we are there. Fear. So we have to have courage, the ability to act despite fear. Fear is there. Fear, everybody's afraid or nervous about something. It's a natural thing to be afraid, and sometimes it's even good. But then if you let it cripple you, it's a negative attitude. And laziness. The moment you tell yourself that I won't do this, you won't get up and do it. It's a state of mind. Laziness is a state of mind. So if you tell yourself, I'm getting up to do it, you see that you get up and you do it. It's a negative attitude. Let's do away with it. Sometimes you see that you'll be lying in bed, stretching. I'm feeling lazy. You're just using your mouth to say that it's in your mind. As soon as you get up, you tell yourself, I'm not lazy, I'm going to do it. You get up and you do it. It makes it easy. So laziness, yes. Sandra, yes, go ahead.
Yes, go ahead. Abna has something.
If what says,
sorry, go on, Sandra.
okay, so if what says, looking down upon yourself and others, and Sandra says procrastination.
Looking down upon yourself and others. It's a negative attitude. Yes.
And Sandra says procrastination.
Hey, that's my next one. It's a thief of time. I'll do it next minute. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it the next day. It's a negative attitude. You won't get anything done. Let's be honest with ourselves. Thank you for bringing it up. Procrastination is a negative attitude. Done and do it. That's why you need to do it now. Sometimes I say to now, not today, to now. Let's do this to now. Any others?
Abna says not planning. Not planning.
Not planning. Nothing will happen with your dreams if you just, you have a nice dream, you just fantasize. You don't plan with it. It will become a fantasy. Nothing will happen. So not planning is a negative attitude. Enviness. Envy.
Yeah.
You envy somebody. It's a negative attitude. You see somebody's gift and you're envious. It's a negative attitude. It won't let yours shine. Whenever you envy, your gift will not shine. You become bitter and you become sad. So envy, it's natural, it happens, it comes. You see it and then you start becoming envious. But then you can go back and tell yourself and say, no, enviness is a negative attitude. I'm not going to continue to envy. And you realize that it goes off. You rather appreciate whatever it is. You don't envy it. Sandra, yes, go ahead. Or Sylvie. Sylvie is back. If you can see some of these in the chat room, you can help us.
I think it's very similar to envy because it says unnecessary comparison, unnecessary comparison from Gloria.
Yes, yes. It's good to hear. It's good to have another word. Unnecessary comparison. That's a nice way to say it. You compare, then you start criticizing. Criticism. This one is not even nice. Nothing, there are some people, nothing pleases them. It's a negative attitude. Nothing pleases them. Spend it. As soon as money is in your hands, you use it. Anyway, it flies. Whatever you feel like using the money for, as soon as money is in your hand, spend it. If you are a girl and a woman and you are spend it, it will take you a long time for you to achieve your dreams. It will take you a long time to develop your gifts because some of them you need to save money to help you develop them, to get the right training or education or even the resources to work with it. So we can save. I can say, and I would like to thank Sylvie for, teaching me how to save right when we were in the secondary school. I was 11 years then. That's when she taught me how to. Sylvie, thumbs up. I'm giving you, I'm thanking you for helping me, teaching me how to save. When we go to school, you used to say, let's save this money. Let's use this one for our tithe. Let's save this one for this. And I'm sure you've forgotten, but you helped me. And I'm really grateful.
Forgot. Why is my head so big for me now? I can't carry it.
Let's start your head so that we'll see if it's growing. So saving, no matter how much the money is, no matter how small the money is, you can save your lunch money. If it's your plan to save, you save some. A little, you save a little, and then you realize that it will be piling small. When you need it, you go into your money bank, you go into your savings account, and it's there. So don't let us be spend it. It's a negative attitude to buy. As for me, I like it. Then you buy it, then you spend it. Money's in the hand, salary comes, you spend it. Hey, it will be difficult. Or even some of the gifts that we are using, we are selling. As soon as we use the gifts and we get a little money, we spend it. We need to put it back into it. We need to reinvest into the gift. We need to, so that we can become top-notch in it. Gossip. They say that women gossip, but I don't believe in it because I worked in an environment where men were a lot and a lot of gossip was going on. With even one woman there, a lot of gossip was going on. So I don't believe in that. So gossip is a negative attitude. And yes, we all do it once in a while, but we need to train ourselves not to gossip often. Unforgiving. Some people, no matter what, they'll never forgive you for, doing something which they think that you did to them and it was bad. So it's a negative attitude. God forgives us our sins, and we must also forgive our neighbor's sins 77 times 7. Pride. Somebody said looking down upon. Now this one is looking down upon somebody. Pride. Pride, arrogance. When you see that your gift is developing, crack, small, your talent is shining small. Hey, you can do it now. When you're called, you have the confidence to do it. Then arrogance. It's a negative attitude. We can discipline ourselves to be happy, have the confidence to showcase our gift, but not with pride. So when pride is not there, we are always grateful for life. Complaints. If you are not careful, complain about God or something that we even prayed for. It's a negative attitude. It's raining, we complain. It's shining, too hot. I'm feeling too hot. We complain. Everything, complaints, it's a habit and it's a negative one, so we can work on it. Let's appreciate life. Let's be grateful for everything and everybody, because these are this is what we have. This is where God has placed us. The environment, the space that we have, the house that we live in, the people around us, the environment around us, the things around us are opportunities that will help us shine. So let's stop complaining. The weather can make you shine. And are there any more negatives? Okay.
Yes, Zoe says doubt.
Pardon?
When you doubt yourself, doubt.
Self-doubt. Yes. Because your gift is in you. You alone know it, and you alone
Yes, doubt.
don't doubt yourself. Yes.
Yes.
Self-doubt is a negative attitude. Thank you. Great ideas coming up. And concluding,